Hi all and what's up, my name is HALAHK and I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at Warcraft 3 Reforged units versus Warcraft 3, the old one. We're going to be comparing both of them, and we're the human units, because last time I made a video about the orc units, so now we're making a video about the human units and buildings. So let's get right into it, and the first one is the peasant. As you can see, the new one looks very good. It's a lot taller than the original one. I like the idea that now they're with axes instead of with pickaxes. I don't know why, I just like it. Maybe when they go into the mine that's not that good, but I don't know. Pickaxe, chopping wood with pickaxe, that's not good. And you know, they go into the mine and they usually just take bags of gold and they carry it on their back, so yeah. And by the way, he has... I think this... yeah, he has a hammer, I think, on his other side. The FOOTMAN looks amazing. Very good. Very, very good. I like his shoulder pads. I like everything about it. A very nice model. I have no complaints about that. The knight looks amazing as well. The only thing I wish that he held his sword, as in the original one, in his other hand. He was carrying the sword. But otherwise, very good model again. I like it a lot. And one thing that I wanted, maybe the horse should have a little bit more gold on its feet, like in the original one. You know, on its hooves. It needs a little bit of more gold over there, but otherwise, very good model. You can see that it belongs to the red. The rifleman, amazing. Maybe just a little bit shorter if it was, I don't know. The mortar team, yeah, about the mortar team, I don't know, I had a few complaints, I really forget a lot, but like, the cannon, yeah, one of them is, the cannon should be bigger, bulkier in a way, because you know, that's the whole idea that they have that big mortar cannon that they're carrying, so I want the mortar cannon to be a bit bigger, as it was in the original one. Because you see how massive this cannon is. Do you see this? It's like you can put the little guy inside the cannon. This is how big the cannon on the right hand side is. So yeah, I really want the cannon to be a lot bigger. In a way. Maybe give a pistol to the little guy or something like that. I don't know. Maybe... that's just me, but I want a little guy to carry this big blunderbuss, this huge pistol. I don't know. And make his hair a little bit whiter, because this is what was the main difference between both dwarves. The one was a little bit taller, fatter, bigger, bulkier, stronger, because he carried the cannon, and the other guy was shorter, he had white hair. He was like looking through that spyglass, you know. Otherwise, very good. I like that they have rockets on their backs. That's a nice detail as well that they have in the barrel, those rockets. His barrel on the right hand side is a little bit smaller. I'm not very sure what's even going on his back. I didn't know that they had rockets, by the way, on their backs, but it seems they do. Oh, and I hope they have the old sound packs for them, because they had amazing voices. Yeah. Yep. The flying machine, or the gyrocopter, it looks more like it belongs in World of Warcraft than in Warcraft 3, but I still like it. Now you can see that he's a gnome, by the way. Before it wasn't very sure what's going on. Is he a gnome or is he a dwarf? It wasn't very clear, but currently, as far as I know, it's a gnome in the flying machine, the gnomish flying machine, and the gyrocopter. It's a gnome. So, it looks more reminiscent of that. I'm not very sure. Is this he's like... the anti-air weapon or something. I'm not very sure what that is. Those are his rockets, as far as I can see. He lands down. The GRYPHON Rider, one of my most favorite out of all of them. Very good. I really like the new GRYPHON Rider. The old one was very cool as well, but the new one is just amazing. The priest, I like the new model, but I love the old one as well. Especially about the emissary, this is one thing. The emissary, I liked the older version more than I like the current one. I don't know why. It's just that the old emissary looked better, for me at least. So, he's a little bit different than before. He looks more like an elf now, which I like in a way. I'm not very sure that I like his staff. Maybe this is one of my main complaints, that his staff is a lot different. Otherwise, oh, maybe I know what I like more about the right hand side. It's because it's black, gold, and red, or a specific unit color. It can be blue, orange, whatever. And the new one is too colorful in a way. I like the idea of the priests being just black and gold with another color. That's what I liked a lot about them. And their staff like being not that shiny because they're priests, like being that metal stick that they're holding, because they don't fight, they don't use it as a weapon, and it doesn't need to be that shiny. So I really like the idea of them just having that bulky kind of macey thingy. Like, it looks like it's a mace a little bit, but because it's longer, it looks like a staff in a way. I don't know. I liked the whole concept. I really liked the priests in general as units, and I liked custom maps where you could play the priest as a, you know, hero unit with his own abilities. I really liked the idea of the priests. They look like they're elf mage in general, but really simplified in a way. But I like the new ones as well. I like how they play with their staffs, by the way. I was hoping that they're gonna show it here, yeah, and it is shown how they play with their staffs. By the way, this is not... I'm watching another person's video, so on which I'm commenting. So yeah, thanks to this guy for making the comparison of both units and showing them the new ones and the older versions. Very nice job. So go subscribe at his channel. I'm gonna link it down below. So yeah. And by the way, I'm gonna link this video as well, so go watch it on your own and please leave a like on it, because I really like the whole comparison idea, and I couldn't make it myself because I don't have currently, you know, the reforged version of it. I don't have betas for it, so I can't do the comparison myself. That's why I have to, you know, watch someone else's video. So now we're getting into a sorceress. I like her, very well made model, but in the original one she had a bigger robe. Like, I like her having a bigger robe. Here she looks more floaty than over here. I don't know, in a way, at least for me, having that free floating motion is better. The siege engine, the siege tank, very nice. I have no complaints about it. Very good, very good. The Spellbreaker is amazing, although I can't see his face here. But I still think that the Spellbreakers are amazing, one of my most favorite units in general in the whole game, with the Grunt and the Footman. Maybe those were more my three not hero units that were my favorite. Like the Grunt, the orcish, big, strong units, and he's one of the weakest in starting units, but he's very cool. And the Spellbreaker, from another standpoint of view. So I really liked the Spellbreaker in general. Very nice model. I'm not very sure about the writing on the downhand side of the shield. The original one didn't have it. I don't know. Do World of Warcraft Spellbreakers have like writing on their shields? I think they don't. Oh my god. I'm not very sure. The Dragonhawk Rider. Yeah, let's move on. Dragonhawk Rider is amazing. Zero complaints about it. One of the best units I've seen so far. Yeah. Now we're getting to a territory that I really want to see. Sorry about the text. Swordsman. He wasn't a swordsman. How was he? Was he called the swordsman? Well, yeah. You know, like the elf units and the human units. Here on the right hand side, the old one looks like a captain, with just a little bit more goldish, I think. But now the new model is very, very good. I really like the new model. How he's totally different from the normal footman. Very nice. He looks more elfish in a way. The captain looks amazing as well. I really like the captain with the buckle over here on his belt. Like, I think Artis has the same buckle on his belt. The lion. And the old captain looked amazing as well. I really like the old captain model as well. For me, the captains are, again, some of the best units in the game. They looked very cool. The High Elf, very nice model. Zero complaints about it. I like the original one as well. And the High Elf, he has a new flavor now. He doesn't carry a pickaxe. He's not like a worker. So I like him. The Archer is very nice. I even like the left Archer more than the right one. Not because it's HG. I'm in general talking about the models. Because, you know, she was lacking something. She looked more like a Night Elf Archer than a Highborn Elf Archer, you know. So I really like how they've changed the Archer in general. I hope that the Night Elf unit does not look anything close even to this one in Reforged. I'm hoping on that, because I don't want to see her just having a like only change colors or something like that. I want to see a new unit for it, and hopefully I'm gonna find the Night Elf units as well, if they're even ready at this current time. So let's move in. Yes. Medivh, one of the best remodeled. The only thing that I did not like about it, in general, him, was again his staff. I don't know, I just don't like their staffs overall. Something about the Raven here on the left hand side, I don't like something about the Raven. I'm not very sure what, but I don't like the Raven's look in general. But otherwise, very good model. I like the feathers that he has. And he's a very, very nice model. And I like the Tauren look that he has currently on his cape. Cyranox, that's like the dragon that you go and kill with Arthas in the campaign, I think. It's very nice as well. He looks scarier on the left hand side. Yeah, Chaplain, or the other priest, the emissary, you know, don't like him at all. The left model is awful. I like the original one very much. My phone is ringing. Stop, please. I like the original model. He was incredible in the original model, as you can see. He's a very cool looking dude. Now, the one here on the left hand side, he's like, I don't know, something's wrong with him. I like his staff, by the way, but I don't like the model in general. This may be the only place that I like the staff, but I don't like the model. Yep, get this ugly model out of my face. Hydromancer. Very cool. It's close to the original one, and at the same time, it's different. The DRAGONHAWK, again, amazing, especially with these colors, by the way. I don't know why. I like the way that the wings are 3 colors in a way, and I like how it goes from blue to another blue, and in general from red to another red before going to the gold one. The DRAGONHAWKs are very cool. The Blood Elf Engineer, I think it can be worked on. I like the original model more than the current reforged one. I don't know why. But I like that their hammers in the left one are different. I like that their hammers are white. And that they're like bigger. And they have more... They're more functional. I like that he has scrolls, but... I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna grow on the model in a way. Maybe I'm gonna start liking him more when I start playing. I really don't know. I'm just not used to it, maybe. The Jailer looks amazing. Very good unit. He looks more barbaric in a way, but still very nice. The back horse, very cool. But I think... doesn't it remind you more of a donkey now on the left side than a horse, in a way? I don't know. The riderless horse, or in general a horse, very nice. The worker is extremely cool and extremely close to the original one, which I like. Look at them build. Or just fight or something. Blood Elf Lieutenant, extremely cool. I like his sword, his shield, everything about this model is very cool. And his tail, by the way, is nice. A nice detail. Admiral Proudmoore. Now, something that he's more piratey on the left hand side now. Maybe I liked better his old look, like he was more like an admiral than a pirate. Now he's a little bit too... He reminds me a little bit like Gangplank from League of Legends, just that little bit. I don't know why, but he does remind me of Gangplank from League of Legends. Otherwise, I like him. Very good model. I'm not very sure about the gun in his hand. But, you know, that's just my tastes. Otherwise, I like the symbol on his back, on his cloak. I really like the way he has those big shoulder pads to show that he's more than a pirate. He's an admiral. I like all the gold on him. Very nice model again, but I think that he's a little bit too piratey. And another thing, I want him to have more of a grey beard and hair, because wasn't Admiral Proudmoore a little bit older, like, in general? He looks younger here in a way. Now, Antonidas, his model is cool and everything, but one thing that I really want them to change, and I really hope they do it, is make his beard whiter. So he can be, you know, like, wiser in a way. The right hand one looks a bit more wise, somehow. Like, he looks like the good guy, like the good mage, the wise old good mage. And the current Antonidas, he's a little bit like, I don't know, darker in a way. He doesn't look... He looks a little bit like he's a crazed old mage, but not as wise as the original one. I really like the original look of Antonidas. I like the look of Antonidas in Hearthstone as well, which obviously he looks more like he's from World of Warcraft or from Hearthstone, for example. And I like him in general, but he needs to be more... I don't know, just make his beard whiter. White. Pure white. You know. And his staff is cool, by the way. I like the staff. Artist, I have no complaints about this model. He looks fantastic. I even cosplayed the artist, by the way. There was a Comic-Con here, and I cosplayed. Oh, something very important. Now, you remember all those paladins from before that some of you may have wondered why they're put even in the, you know, in the world editor? Like, they have different names, but they kind of look the same. Only their hair was different, I think. Dagrin, the Orc Slayer, very nice model. I really like that they've made them totally different one from another. He carries a blade which looks exactly like the Ashbringer. Was it Ashbringer? Yeah, the Ashbringer, I think. Oh my god. I totally forgot all the names of everything. Ah, damn it. Very nice model. Very nice model. With the sword and everything, extremely cool. HALAHK, the Lifebringer. HALAHK, the Lifebringer. My bad. Again, very cool. Jaina looks amazing as always. I loved the original one and I love the new one as well. I have zero complaints about this. Kale, very cool in both and left and right version. Lord Nicholas BUZAN. BUZAN. He's a very nice looking model as well. He looks almost like he's a king. Oh yeah, Margaret the Defender. I like the shield, by the way, on the left hand side. And the bigger hammer. I like them having the capes and the hoods on. Oh, Medivh turning into, yeah. I think that it's still, as you can see, like you can see Medivh over here. I really like that I stopped it on this one, cause it's still a work in progress model, so it will change. I think it will have again that green glow while he's turning into the crow. So don't worry about it. MURADIN Bronzebeard, I don't like this model that much. This is one of the models that I think should be changed to look more like the original one. First of all, Bronzebeard. Make his beard more bronze. Like, make it look bronze. Come on. His name is Bronzebeard. The right hand side had a little bit of that idea. His beard is like... He has that bronzish look a little bit. I like the skulls, so bring back the skulls somewhere. One skull even, or two skulls. Somewhere on his back, on his belt or something. And make this guy shorter, come on. He's a dwarf. I know he's a hero unit and all, but... He's shorter in the original one. And keep his voice the same, please. Please. Just the voice. The same. Sir Gregory EDMUNSON. I'm not very sure about this model. I liked him with the white hair. Like looking all that old and wise again. Now he's like without hair and without a beard. What has happened to you? Has like... Are you younger here? With 50 years or something? He looks more like a soldier than a paladin, in a way. SYLVANAS WINDRUNNER. I like the original model. The new one looks a little bit too close to her being undead and in general of the Forsaken than of a, you know, like a high elf. But, you know, it's a very nice model as well. The bow is very cool, which I like. Uta, amazing. in both versions, the old and the new one. Just amazing. I just wish his hammer was a little bit closer to the original. That's maybe my main concern, that the hammer does not look like the old one, but I know, and again, Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone and in World of Warcraft, he looks like this Uther that we will get soon in Reforged, so probably they won't change his model too much. Probably it will stay like you see it now. I like the way his hair is like silverish whitish in a way at the front. That gives him like an older and wiser look, which you can see again in the original one. His beard has, again, in a way, two colors, which I like. Now, it says campaign heroes, but it's the campaign buildings. Farm looking good as always. The altar, very nice. The new one is very, very nice. I like the original one as well. Wait. Yeah, I like the flag, by the way, at the back. Very nice detail. The flag with the Lordaeron symbol. The barracks, they look exactly the same as the old one, at least in my eyes. I mean, this is how I imagine the old ones looking. So this is really like a HD texture on the barracks than being too different from it. The lumber mill, I like the new one, but it's a little bit too different in a way. It's a little bit too big as well. The forge, very nice, at least for me. Again, bigger in a way. Yeah. I like this as well. The Arcane Vault, I have no complaints. I like the way it's more reminiscent of World of Warcraft with the crystals and everything. I like this. I like the Blood Elf and the Elf structures looking more like they belong in World of Warcraft. The tower, very cool. Again, it reminds me of the old one very much. And the guard... Wait, was that the guard tower or was this the... Which one was called the guard tower? I don't remember. This tower is very cool, the Dwarven Tower that I call it. I know it's not called the Dwarven Tower. What was it called? This is the Mage Tower, I think. I forgot their names, damn it. Why am I so forgetful? Oh, sorry, I'm a little bit sick, so my nose is running. The Arcane Vault, amazing. In both versions. I don't know that it was so detailed in the old one, but the new one, I like the circular look, by the way, on the platform. I like that. And all the runes as well. Just one thing, make the floating blue runes bigger. This is what I want to see. Yeah. More campaign buildings. This is a plagued granary, I think. But is the one on the left plagued? Not very sure. I think that these towers are still work in progress, because I hope they have the glow that they had, that the original ones had. Yeah, I think that probably here on the left one, on the top, there will be some kind of a glowing orb or something. Hopefully, because they gotta be a work in progress, you know. The original ones had so much flavor with the different glow, and you could see them and clearly say this is this tower, this is that tower, it can shoot only air, it can shoot only land, you know, it's... I hope they have the glow. I like that they're different, in a way, and that they're more like World of Warcraft towers, Blood Elf towers, but give them the glow. That's what I want to see. Oh, this is something that I want to point out. Most of the elf buildings, like the Highborn elf buildings, will be totally different, which surprised me in a way. I didn't know that they're gonna diverse it that much from the original ones. I like them, they're very cool, they remind me again of World of Warcraft a lot, but they're totally different. Which I'm not very sure how I feel about this still. I don't hate it, I like it, but I still don't know how in game wise this will be. Will they be recognizable enough? I don't know, was this a castle or whatever it was? Very cool. Very nice model. Amazing. The Dalaran buildings, as I call them, because they were in Dalaran when you when you play Artus as a Dead Knight, and when he attacks Dalaran, those buildings were everywhere. So yeah, the market is cool as well. It's a really nice model. This is for surely work in progress, because, you know, like, something's floating, some pieces are just, like, missing. I don't know why there's a treasure here. Usually there's Frostmourne inside, but, you know, whatever. The vault, I think it's still work in progress again, but please give it that circular glow on the top, which is very important for a vault. For this vault, because it's an arcane vault, you know. It's protected by magic, so please give it like that. I hope they do it. That circular look, like where you can see it in the right one. The circle that's going around and around, and it's glowing with magic, sealed and protected by magic. I really like that part about it, so I want the new ones to have it as well. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go subscribe to this person. Go subscribe to me. I'm gonna link everything down below. So yeah. Bye and see you in the next one.